What's up? What's up? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good you, whenever you tuning in. Welcome to the Reservations for One podcast. I'm Bills. Finally getting into podcasting. Shout out to all the podcasters out there. This is a lot harder than I thought it would be. I'm not gonna lie. I thought it was easy. I've been a guest on a lot of people's podcasts, but I never actually tried to sit down and do my own. And now that I actually tried to sit down and do my own, I got a newfound respect for podcasters. So it's not as easy as it looks, but I'm just a master of everything, so of course I've got it eventually. It's just a natural. We're gonna start off with some positive affirmations. That's the new shit I like to do, man. In the morning I wake up, I talk to myself like for 10 minutes, like, yo, you great, you do this. So we're gonna start off with some positive affirmations for y'all. We're gonna say, I can and I will. Say that to yourself 3 times and you'll be able to accomplish any task you want to accomplish today. I can and I will steal out of Home Depot. I can and I will steal out of Home Depot. Nah, I'm not gonna lie. Shout out to self-checkout. I never actually stole from Home Depot or like Walmart, nothing, but Twitter make stealing seem like the best. Well, let me correct it. I never the traditional just stealing out of Home Depot or Walmart. You know what I mean? If you know what I mean. But Twitter makes stealing from self-checkout seem like the best shit ever. So I think I wanna try it. And that had me thinking dang, it's like a bunch of little stuff I wanna try. It's like, everybody got their gigantic bucket list, like things you want to do, go scuba diving in Aruba, jump out of a plane, that's your bucket list. But I don't think no one pays attention to their small bucket list, like the little things you want to do, accomplish in life before you pass, So I started thinking about it, and stealing out of Walmart is one of the things that I want to do. That's definitely on my small bucket list. Another thing I would say, probably baking great mac and cheese. I'm not a chef by any means, I cook for survival. That's what I do. I just cook baked chicken and shit like that. Look like I'm doing meal prep, but shit, that's the only shit I know how to cook. Rice, chicken, broccoli, shit like that. So I want to cook delicious mac and cheese. I want to cook mac and cheese so good. Everybody be like, God damn, who made this mac and cheese? Niggas can't even believe I made this shit. That's how good I want my mac and cheese to be. Shit, and I kind of did some stuff though already off my small bucket list that I want to do. I fucking won trivia. You know how fucking hard it is to win a trivia? I won trivia drunk at a Fridays. You know how hard it was? It was 60 motherfuckers in there answering questions, and I was killing them. They was asking shit from years before I was born. They was asking shit I never heard of, and just somehow I think, watching TV, shout out to TV. The TV raised me, so that TV helped me be years ahead of where I actually was with my life, because I just grew up watching TV. I was the last of 4 boys, so by the time I was born, my parents was like, come on, another one? We get this again? So the TV did a lot of raising of me when I was young, so shout out to television. I gotta give a shout out to that, man. But what's good, people? How y'all feeling out there? Good. I know y'all feeling good out there. Excuse me, I'm a little hungover from last night, because we do record this podcast on Sundays right after church. And, after a night of sinning on Saturday, I got to go to church and repent on Sunday morning, and then I come here. And shout out to some nice ladies in church. My nigga Jesus brought some hoes out, man. I shout out to Jesus for that, man.
He always bring the hoes.
Yo, man, that's what I was thinking. I'm gonna date a church girl. That's the next girl I'm gonna date. I never ever dated a church girl in my entire life, because I always felt like, I don't want God to be mad at me for something else. I'm not the most perfect guy, and I maybe was, when I was younger, I was into breaking hearts for recreational purposes only. But now, as I'm I'm ready to get married and stuff, so I think I'm gonna date a church girl. But I do want to get married for YouTube purposes only, though. That's why I would get married. It's a market for marriage and relationships on YouTube. It's so much monetary value in it. Yo, you could have you and your wife, you have your own channel. You and your kids have your own channel. Your kids have their own channel playing games by themselves. People sit there and watch kids sit there and watch other kids play with toys for hours and hours, and it's just so much. Having a family right now and YouTube is just the thing to do. So, and it's just so much money in it. So I'm thinking about starting a family just for that purposes. And my episodes will be lit because, people like drama, and I happen to be a little drama-ish.
Or attracted to drama.
I attract drama. And the episodes of me cheating would get 1 million views each, and it'll probably be within a year. I'll probably get caught cheating about 14 times. Like, oh, Bills cheats again, 1 million views, 100 comments. Leave him. Bills cheats again. Bill cheats again. Bills cheats again. And I feel like those episodes would go crazy. And I know how to get out of cheating. You just got to buy a dog. Like, that's the cheat code. Anytime you get caught doing something, you got to buy a dog. Dogs are the cheat code. Dogs are the cheat code for life, actually. Because if you post a picture of a dog online right now, you're going to be getting like 10,000 likes. 10,000 retweets. People just love dogs. People love dogs more than they love humans now.
But not just any dog, though, right?
Just any dog. People just love dogs. And I was thinking, you know what? At first I was kind of bothered by it. Like, yo, people really care more about dogs than they care about humans. But I understand now. I'm becoming a dog person because dogs don't give nothing but love. Like, if you see a dog, it's happy to see you every day. It's jumping on you. It's just humans. Sometimes I wouldn't say they give hate, but they don't always just give love. They just give not love. Sometimes I don't want to call it hate, but humans can be very, very mean. And very, very selfish. I want to say a dog is not selfish. A dog is just there to give you what he got. He wagging his tail when he see you. He licking your face. If you had a bad day, how could you have a bad day if you come home to somebody that loves you so much? But shout out to the people that's in toxic relationships with their dogs. Like, you go to work, you leave your dog home, you come home, it's pee everywhere, doo-doo everywhere. He done chewed up your best sneakers, chewed up your iPhone wires. You having a nervous breakdown, scream, and be like, ah! And then 5 minutes later, he be like, it's okay, Mr. Snuffles, I forgive you. So I never want to be one of those people. I feel like those people are like the worst people out, man. But I don't know if I'm ready to start a family, though, because Saturday we starting this show called Saturdates, and it's going to be me taking actual girls on actual dates. Like, some girls I don't know, some girls I've met, some girls like I've DM'd, like, hey, would you like to go on a date with me? And so we're going to be doing that. And what I am nervous about, because I told some of my friends that helping me produce the show that they could just hook me up on blind dates. And me knowing my friends, I know they're going to hook me up with like the worst kind of people, like people I just wouldn't mesh with at all, personality wise, because they know I'm not really big on looks. I love personality. So I feel like they just going to hook me up with people that they know me and them are going to clash just for the comic value of it. But shout out to my friends for that.
Yo, would you let the people like choose who you could date off of Instagram?
Yeah, hell yeah. People could choose like Instagram if you're on Instagram, and after the first couple episodes, I'm gonna let people start sending me on dates because we got probably like the first 6 or 7 episodes lined up because this is gonna be. I think we might go 52 weeks. I might do something where we do 52 weeks out of the year because I'm really searching for love out here. So I don't know.
So you're telling me your first season of Saturdays will have 52 episodes? 52
episodes, probably even more. I'll probably start going on 2 dates a day, put out 2 at one time. Listen, I'm a lover. I got a lot of love to give, so I got a lot. I'm like Dayton Manning. That used to be my nickname back in the days. Dayton Manning is coming out of retirement. Oh, shout out to Eli and the bum ass Giants. Shout out to bum ass Eli, not the bum ass Giants. I fuck with the Giants, but Eli's stinking it up. He got Odell and Barkley over there just wasting their prime, man. The Giants need to get somebody in there. But we know who the real king of New York is. Sam Darnold, the Jets. We Super Bowl bound this year. We starting off a little rocky, but trust me, the division is not looking as good this year, so we really got a chance. And I feel like Sam Darnold going to kick it up at the end of like the second half of the year, and we really going to sneak into the playoffs and surprise a lot of people. You know what? I was thinking about it the other day. Like, how did I become a Jets fan and not a Giants fan? Because I faced a lot of heartbreak being a Jets fan. And I kind of want to blame my dad. Because when I first started watching football, it was like, was it 98 or 99 where Vinny Testaverde lost to John Elway in the AFC Championship game. And my dad was just like, he was so excited because he thought that the Jets had a real chance of winning. And just to see my dad excited about something, that just made me excited about it. And I just became a diehard Jets fan. Kind of wish he would have been rooting for the Giants because in that time, the Giants won 2 chips. The Jets didn't get shit. We got a butt fumble. The biggest thing the Jets got between them was a butt fumble. But we looking real good this year.
Wait, so that's real shit? You became a Jets fan because you watched that game with your dad?
Yep. That was like that was my introduction to to football. That's another thing. A lot of kids don't even realize that. You don't even realize why you like something until you actually got to do like a lot of deep thought, go back into it, or even not even just why you like something, just the way you are. Like as you become an adult, you be trying to, as you try to better yourself, you be thinking like, why do I think this is okay? Why do I think this is acceptable? And you have to go back and really do reevaluate yourself and your upbringing. And that's how you could actually fix a lot of the problems that you have as an adult. I feel like if you go back and go to the root and think of why do you think this stuff is okay and the essence of it, and why do you behave that way, and you could realize that maybe that wasn't the right way I was taught, and you got to try to readjust your life. I know it's hard for people to do that because it's hard for people to see themselves in a negative manner because everyone thinks they're perfect. Everyone thinks everything they do is perfect. But I feel like a lot of people need to go back and self-reflect to fix themselves. I do got some real talk for you in between all of the bullshit. I got some real talk. Man. I got to keep the real talk in it. And you know what else I was thinking about too? A lot of stuff back in the days was kind of like, people like to complain about the quality of music now and the content of music, and like what R&B is nowadays, and how people want the old R&B back where they were begging for women and stuff like that. And I was going back listening to some old R&B, and I kind of didn't agree with some of the stuff that I was hearing. Like I was listening to Carl Thomas. I wish that Carl Thomas Emotional album was fire. Summer Rain. That's actually why I listened to it, because it was raining in the summertime, and I'm just so corny. If Summer Rain comes on, I'm listening to Summer Rain. But then I just started rocking out through the whole thing, and I was listening to I Wish, and he was like, she chose to stay with her family for the children, but what about me? I was like, whoa. You really wanted this woman to leave her family and kids just to be with you, Carl Thomas? I respect it. I'm not gonna lie. That's mad selfish. So for someone to even ask that, like, that's mad selfish. So I would never even put myself in that position. But so R&B, I don't know if everybody think that the R&B back in the days was better than it is now. Because turn up R&B isn't that bad either. Like what's the new song? With Jacquez was like, I gotta keep my gun on safety. I'm not gonna lie, I was feeling that, because if I love a chick and she got a man, I ain't gonna lie, I'll be ready like, yo, listen, man, yo, you gonna have to break up with him. But that's why I wouldn't even date. That's why I don't date girls that's in relationships though. That's not my thing. I'm too selfish. I gotta come first. Like how I cannot. I don't know. Shout out to the niggas who could willingly be a side nigga, but that could never be me. That's just not something I'm comfortable with. Not something I'm. And plus, it's kind of like you was with your boyfriend yesterday. Now you with me today. I'm sure everyone. Everyone's done stuff. I probably got cheated on 100 times. So as long as I don't know though, it never bothered me. Right. But it's conscious in my mind. I cannot say, all right, you was with somebody else yesterday, and now today you're with me, and I could just be like 100% cool with that. That's just not something that just sits well with me. You know?
You saying you can't be somebody's side nigga? Could you have a side chick though?
Nah, I feel like I couldn't say a side chick. That's disrespectful to women to tell like, yo, you my side chick. So that's how I end up with 8 girlfriends, because if I'm messing with a girl and I really like her, and then I start talking to someone else and I really like her, like I feel like it would be disrespectful to say like, all right, you my side piece, so I just start going with her too. And then if I meet someone else the next day, I'm like, hey, shit, I like you too, fuck it. And I'm in 3-4 relationships, and by the end of the month I'm scratching my head like, oh, what I done got myself into.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but you know what, and that's another thing I was thinking, man, like I couldn't do that again, man. I feel like that's hard. Women got it hard enough, and I feel like I don't want to do stuff like that no more. Because in like a few months ago, this chick I was messing with, she was hitting me up like, hey, can you get me some pads? And I'm like, yeah, I just brought you pads like last month. Like what you need was like 30 of them in a pack. And then she started telling me like, yeah, like you you bleed a lot. Sometimes you got to change a pad 2-3 times a day. And I'm like, God damn, like if why y'all gotta keep paying for that? Like I feel like pads should be free for women, because that's like a necessity.
True.
That's a necessity. That's something like, it will ruin all of their stuff, they clothes. Like why they gotta keep paying for something every month?
At least if you have medical insurance, that should come with the package.
Right. Especially if you got health insurance, like they should give pads away free for women. That's something that needs to be addressed like ASAP. Like I don't know how to solve all the world problems, but I just know like something like that shouldn't even be a problem. Like life is hard enough for people and now you telling me that something that you cannot stop that has to come every month. What if you poor and don't have no money for a pad? There's people who have zero money for anything.
That's a big fact, man.
Yeah. And that's not like something that they can avoid. So I feel like something that need to be addressed a lot. I mean,
Yo, tweet it to Kanye, man. Maybe he could sit down with Trump and talk about it.
I don't know. Maybe I could do something about that. Like, well, like just in a small area, I could try to figure out how I could help the women in my community and shit like that. So I'm gonna look into that. I'm gonna start looking at that. And I feel like that's how the world changed. You know, people gotta start small. Like people would just get on a wide scale and just say a bunch of things without actually even doing anything. That's why I kind of hate like Twitter activism, because people just say stuff and they just tweet it, and if it gets, people just see something with 20,000 retweets and they just think that means something, when that actually, like, there's just motherfuckers who agree with that and just retweeted it too, but there's no action taken. But people get confused because they just see a blue check, tweet something, get 20,000 retweets, and think that's making steps and strides towards anything, and people don't actually go into the communities or start on a smaller scale. I feel like that's how you change everything. You start on a small scale and build up. So, because I'm really like, I'm not like, that's why I don't preach pro-black on the internet. I'm really pro-black. Like I help, I own a business, and I've helped many people start their own business free of charge. Like I sign them up with LegalZoom. I help them get their LLC. I actually teach people these things, you know what I mean? And free of charge, because it's hard. I had no one to teach me, and I kind of learned all the business myself, and that kind of, not say it hindered me, because I don't let anything hinder me. I always figure out a way how to get around everything I got to do. But if I feel like if I had a little more help, I would have been a lot further, a lot faster. So I'm trying to be the help that I needed at the time when I first started. So like, sometimes people could hit me up on Twitter, ask me a bunch of info, or like ask me how to get their business started. I always answer people's questions and shit like that. A lot of times they hit me out on Twitter for bullshit too, though. I'm not gonna lie. Remember I used to do, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna bring back Ask Sad Pit. You can hit me up at Ask Sad Pit, AskSadPitt @gmail.com. If you got any questions about anything, like business wise or relationship wise, anything. I'm not no way in any way, shape or form like a relationship guru or life coach or anything. But I'm just a motherfucker. I've been through a couple things. I've been around the block a couple times. I'm well seasoned. I'm well educated, and sometimes, people just be needing someone to talk to, and like a voice that you feel like means something to you, giving you positive feedback or negative feedback. Shit, I'm not gonna lie, all the time. My advice ain't sound all the time. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I'm out here being like Farrakhan giving out good advice all the time. I give out some pretty shitty advice, but sometimes some people need shitty advice. Sometimes you need bad advice, because it's either gonna help you learn that you should learn for yourself,
right,
and not get advice from motherfuckers, or sometimes you got to give negative energy. I'm not gonna lie, sometimes negative energy is necessary. I hate saying that, and I hate feeling like that, but sometimes you got to give off negative energy.
When would negative energy be necessary?
When people are giving you negative energy, you can't always turn. I'm not a big fan of always turning the other cheek. That's not my thing. Like, I don't, because a lot of the times when you turn the other cheek, I know maybe that's something I'm wrong about, but that's just me. Like, a lot of the times I feel like when people keep giving you negative energy, if you keep ignoring it, you're the only one that gets harmed from it. Like, people be like, oh, just let them deal with their karma. No, sometimes you have to be your own karma. You have to correct the people you feel like are wrong doing you. So sometimes negative energy is very necessary. You know what I mean? See, I tell you, I don't always give sound advice. Maybe that's some fucked up advice right there. But if anybody got any questions, you can hit me up at asksadpitt@gmail.com. I'll answer some questions next week for y'all. Shit like that.
Spell it for them just in case, they didn't hear you properly.
AskSadPitt@gmail.com. Or you can just write me, hashtag it on Twitter, AskSadPitt. And I'll get the questions. I'll find you can just hashtag it on Twitter. You can write me on Instagram. My Twitter is bbillions. My Instagram is sadpit. Or you can hit me up at info@saturday.com. Or you can hit me at bbillions@saturday.com. Actually, shout out to Saturday.
And you was out last night too, Saturday night.
Yo, man, I don't want to talk about that, man. Yo, this is what I tell people. I cannot hang out. I be telling my friends like, yeah, I don't hang out. I don't really date, because I'm an extremist. So when I do something, I really gotta do it. Like, I go to the full. Like, I can't have one drink. I need 100 drinks. I can't just have one girlfriend. I need 100 girlfriends. That's why I've been staying to myself, because I told you I've been trying to fix a lot of my ways. I feel like That's why this was my loneliest summer ever. I'm not gonna lie. This was the loneliest summer I ever had. I kind of was trying to fix a lot of my toxic ways, and I said, you know what? I'm not going to bring nobody along while I'm trying to fix myself. So I'm gonna just do this by myself until I could get right for somebody, because I don't want to keep giving. I tell you, I don't want to give women my negative energy anymore. Not them, because they've never done nothing to me. You know what I mean? Like, especially a stranger. I don't want to give a stranger my negative energy. So I kind of took some time to myself to try to fix my toxic ways, and it was very lonely. And at first I was kind of regretting it, like, fuck that. See, I'm the only one that's suffering because I'm lonely now. But it kind of helped me realize a lot of things about myself. And one of the things is I have to do everything to the extreme. So now I got to find a medium in between it. So like last night, I said, you know what? I'm going to have about 5 or 6 drinks. That's it. I had 5 or 6 drinks at the first spot. Then I went to another spot and had 5 or 6 drinks there. Then we was going to another spot, and I said, you know what? I'm just not going to go to the spot. I know if I go to the spot, I'm going to drink, I'm going to have fun, and I don't want to do that, so I'm just going to go home. So that's the medium I found. Like, just go home now. Yeah, if you know you can't stop yourself from partying, hanging out, and it's not that, like, because I handle liquor. It's not that. It's just, like, for health reasons, I don't want to keep drinking. Like, because that's why people don't even know half the time I'm drunk, because a lot of the time I'll be, like, the driver. But shout out to Uber. And shout out to Uberpools, man. I be calling Uberpools trying to find the love of my life. It hasn't happened yet. And sometimes...
Wait, what? You're hoping to find the love of your life?
Yeah, I keep thinking I'm like a hopeless romantic. So I think one day I'm going to just call a Uberpool, like,
you hear this guy?
A 5'7" Jessica album clone, just going to get in, and she's just going to be like, hey, you want to marry me?
So wait, so do you screen your Uberpools? Because you know,
nah,
when you pull
hell
up Uber,
no,
they let you know who you ride with.
Nah, I know. I like to play Russian roulette. Sometimes I don't even get in. Like, I call a Uberpool, and if it's like a dude or something, and I don't think I could beat him in a fight, I'll be like, I'm not getting in there with this nigga, man. Let me just cancel this shit. I'm like, yo, don't worry about it. I call a regular Uber. Yeah, but I tell you, sometimes I be really calling the Uberpool for my soulmate.
That's interesting.
And plus, you don't know, I be scared of motherfuckers in the Uberpool. If a nigga's having a bad day, he won't fight. I know if I'm having a bad day, and it's a nigga smaller than me in the Uberpool, I'm like, yo, move down a little bit. Matter of fact, get out. Get the fuck out.
Nigga said, get the fuck out.
Yeah, get out, man. I want to ride by myself. I know I call a pool, but get out. I'm on gangster time right now. It don't matter if I call a pool. You know what I mean? Get out, dude. The driver gonna, but you can't kick. I'm kicking them out. You want to get out too? I drive myself where I need to go. I would drop anything for love, like any and everything for love.
Sounds like a show.
Yo, I will drop anything for love. Like, love is like the most important thing to me right now. Like, anything, my career, fucking anything, everything, love, because love is hard to get. Love is hard to find, like, especially like real true unconditional love. I feel like most of the people nowadays like love with conditions, like, yeah, I love you, but like, oh, I love you, but you did this. I love you, but that oh, I love you, but you don't fit into my life, right? I feel like I want the love where I be like, yo, fuck it, if you don't fit into my life gotta change, because I need you here. That's the type of love I'm looking for. Because I'm like, yo, I love, like, I don't even watch TV shows. I didn't watch a TV show in like 2 years because I've been like single. I like, god damn, I can't even, it's like certain stuff I need to do that I can't even function properly. Like, I barely do my laundry. I just be buying new shit all the time. It's like, I can't function properly without a relationship, man. I realized that too. That's the one thing I realized. I'm a relationship person. I'm like, I don't like being single. Like, I don't, when I be single, I barely date. When I'm in a relationship, I do date a lot. See, that's
what kind of shit is that?
Exactly. It's like,
backwards.
I tell you, that go to an extreme. I could date nobody, but if I date one person, I'll be having to date. I gotta date everybody. Tell you, I'm a lover. I'm just one of the people. I got like a lot of love to give, and but I've been working on that. I'm telling you, I'm working on all my ways, man. Everything.
Anybody help you get through this summer as far as music? Since you did it by yourself, like, you haven't been in a relationship this summer. Like, anybody help you get through it?
Nah, man. It ain't been
no P&B, right? No party next door. No
party ain't drop. Ain't nobody really been dropping this summer.
Somebody got something for you.
This whole summer, nah.
What's
I mean,
going
Drake,
on with
of course,
R&B?
of course, Drake, of course, Drake.
There's not enough R&B out here no more, man. We need some R&B from Bills, man.
I mean, you know, I do. You know, we got Sad Girls Club. Sad Girls Club is in rotation heavy out there. Shout out to that. Shout out to everybody supporting that record and shit. But yo, man, I wish I could like sing. If I could sing, I would never even talk. Everything would be a sing. Like, I'd be like, can you pass me juice?
Word.
Can you open the door? Oh man, shout out to people that can sing. Singing is a real talent. I used to hate on people that could sing, like, how you a man that can make your voice that high pitch? You ain't no real man. But I just was jealous, man. That's another thing I learned. A lot of people hate the stuff that they hate on is just be jealousy. They don't even know they jealous. I was like, damn, why I'm hating on singers? Like, 'cause I can't fucking sing. But when auto-tune came out, I was like, oh shit, I'm alright now.
Lit for everybody.
I'm alright. You know what I mean? My singers, y'all cool with me now. Y'all see y'all niggas, I fuck with y'all. Because, you know, a lot of time people just be hating because they can't do the thing. But shout out to auto-tune, got me out here signing. You know. Got me out here making some money off music.
See?
That's why you can't. That's why I don't knock nobody hustle, bro. Like, I learned that I don't knock whatever somebody got to do, as long as you ain't hurting nobody. But that's why I really don't fuck with Kanye, because I feel like I understand, I guess what he doing is for attention, but the shit he's saying is detrimental to the black community. Like, he putting out false narratives and shit like that. And I don't really, because I don't even discuss politics. You know why I stopped discussing politics?
Why?
Because the Hoteps started making too much sense to me, bro.
The what?
The Hoteps.
Elaborate.
The woke people, the quote unquote woke people. I fuck with everybody. So I fuck with mad niggas that's woke. And when, like, I would see them, the shit that they were saying was starting to making too much sense to me. And I kind of didn't want to be that woke. And I was like, you know what? Let me just scale back from politics. That's not my lane anymore. Let me just stick to what I stick to, because them shits, but shout out to that people that open your mind, like, and how you thinking. Because I was thinking the other day, right, what as fucked up as the world is right now, right. If a person, like a man, said, you know what, I'm going to go buy some land right now. I'm not having no cell phone. I don't want to watch TV. I'm going to just plant my own. I don't want to eat the food, the processed food, because everybody know food is fucked up and all that. I'm not doing any of that. He seclude himself from society, all the negative in society. We're going to call him crazy. How is he the fucking crazy one if he's saying, yo, I know this food is nasty. I'm going to cook my own food. I'm going to grow my own plants. I'm going to live on a crop by myself. I'm going to have guns by myself. I don't want nobody to ever come here and bother me. I don't want to talk to people anymore because everybody's fucked up except me. We would call him the crazy one. And that started making me think, like, yo, man, the world is a lot fucked up than we realize, because we just been normalized to certain things. But fuck it, what we gonna do?
Yeah, you just dropped like 3 gems.
Yo, fuck it, bro. But sometimes, listen, man, what the fuck we gonna do?
Nah, that's facts.
I know I shouldn't be drinking alcohol. I had like 12 drinks last night. I know alcohol is killing me, and I still won't stop it. I eat McDonald's like Popeyes. I eat fast food way more than I should, and I know it's not healthy, and I still eat the shit. Right or wrong, don't do. Everybody do. So motherfuckers really got to start looking at themselves and start reflecting and looking at the people who seclude themselves from society. But I'm not gonna lie, I love society too much, and I couldn't do that. I couldn't cut myself off from society. I couldn't not watch Game of Thrones. That is one of the shows I watched. Yeah, Game of Thrones is fire, but that Game of Thrones and Sports Center and The Office is like the only things I watch when I'm not in a relationship. Like those, because those is my shows. Like those things that I like.
You can watch The Office in a relationship.
Yeah, hell yeah, The Office. Michael Scott is relationship, man. He's like, Michael Scott is like the white version of me. That sometimes I think that, like, you know, like that show is solely based off, like loosely based off my life, even though it was out by probably when I was not even a teenager yet. How long that show been out? No, I was a teenager. How long ago The Office came out?
I don't even know, but how could it be based off of you when you was mad young when that shit?
Yo, listen, when I tell you the world is crazy, they could send somebody. What's stopping the government from sending somebody like, yo, this guy's pretty interesting from a child. I'm gonna send somebody to watch his life, and we're gonna base the show around him. You know how easy that would to be?
At TV. That's what they did with at TV.
Exactly. And yo, the stuff like that is not far-fetched. Some of the stuff that people think is far-fetched is really not that far-fetched at all.
I mean, personally, I be thinking that a lot of movies that they show, like Enemy of the State, State of the Union, shit like that's real shit that's going on in real life.
Yeah, hell yeah. Yo, a lot of stuff that happened in movies 10, 20 years ago, you see start to come in life now.
Big facts.
And
big facts.
So, yo, man, who knows? Maybe you I don't think it's a time machine, because motherfucker would have came back right now like shit. Like, right, I don't.
You believe in UFOs?
Nah, I don't believe in no UFOs, but I do believe in parallel universes and shit. That's why I live so toxic, so that me in a parallel universe could be a good person. Like, The other me from other Earth, that nigga is he's the nicest person ever. Like, everyone loves him. He just the exact opposite. He got Happy Day shirts on right now.
It's a happy day, not Saturday. That's
not
funny.
Saturday.
You really believe in that polar opposite? Like, you believe that there's another you out here somewhere, like a twin?
Nah, I don't. Yo, man, a lot of times when you open your eyes, it's hard. The more you know, the worse it is for you, like because you start to question everything. So sometimes I try not to get into it, but sometimes I find myself on YouTube for 3 hours looking into stuff like that. Like,
plus I feel like it's too much information to really see.
Way too much information in this world. Like, it's so much information. Like, you literally, it's a million things to find out just about the stars alone. A million things to find out just about the ocean. There's new animals coming out that I've never seen every day. Like, it's just so much. It's just so much going on. I think if one person starts to like learn the most knowledge about everything, his head would probably explode. Like,
I agree.
And I believe that in the future though, and like probably 100 years from now, motherfuckers is gonna be gonna start flying because people are way taller than they were 1,000 years ago.
You think so?
Hell yeah. 1,000 years ago, Julius Caesar was probably like 4 feet.
But what about Goliath, man?
Right, Goliath was 6'1". That's why everybody thought he was so tall.
Get the fuck
they was
out
like, yo, this motherfucker's 6'1".
Yo, that means
this nigga's 6'1". Everybody was 4 feet. Julius Caesar and all them was 4 feet.
He ain't even say 7 feet.
Nah, they was all 4 feet.
Yao Ming in it. They was probably out here. Goliath was probably Yao Ming's height.
Nah, see, people like Yao Ming coming. I feel like over the next 10, 20 years, motherfucker. Because look at the NBA. You can even see how the NBA trending. It's big men that's dribbling the rock up like they point guards. Kevin Durant is Wilt Chamberlain height. Wilt Chamberlain couldn't do nothing but back you down and turn around. Bill Russell.
Curry, Kyrie Irving look mad small on the court, but these niggas is like 6'3", 6'4".
Yeah, but not even that. Like, look at the difference between the athleticism between Wilt Chamberlain, who's like 7 foot, and somebody like Joel Embiid, who's 7 foot. Wilt Chamberlain couldn't dribble up the court. Wilt Chamberlain couldn't do half the stuff that Joel Embiid do. And now it's more than like Cat. It's a bunch of people that athletic.
It's the chicken.
I don't know what it is, but people feel like society is advancing. Like so like probably over the next 100 years, motherfuckers gonna start growing wings. It's like and shit like that. Because it's like your mind. I feel like if you once you don't believe in, that's what I was thinking too. I know it'd be kind of harsh. I don't want to say, but I wanted to take a baby, right? One of my kids, when I have a baby, and be like, yo, I'm going to just raise him in a blank room his whole life, talk to him, and just give him love. That's it. I don't want him to know anything about anything. I want to see how he would turn out. But I know that would be considered child abuse, like if you did something like that. But
that sounds like Holy Man.
And another thing I wanted to do, maybe this is why I don't have kids yet. Maybe this is why no woman was crazy enough to have a baby by me yet. I was like, you know how people give birth to babies underwater?
Yeah.
And it was like your baby could swim. Why you ever take the baby out the water? If you birth him underwater and then just keep him underwater for like his whole life, you could probably raise Aquaman. I don't think anyone ever tried that because they're too scared. I wouldn't try it per se, but if you don't give a fuck about your baby, I mean, if you want to try something new, maybe do it. Let's make a movie about that instead. You know, anything crazy like that, we should make a movie out of it.
Nah, hey, sometimes niggas be scared to try shit, but that's how shit come about.
Nah, but I wouldn't be willing to risk that. I would love my kids too much for me to try to risk that.
Yeah, I love my kids too much to risk that.
All right, you got kids, so yeah, so I don't know, but maybe scientists should do that with something like a
Boy, they doing it right now. We're gonna be able to live underwater in the next.
Yeah, we're gonna have to. This global warming shit is real.
They're gonna be like, yo, we can't live on land. All right, we're gonna figure some shit out.
Global warming is real as a motherfucker. It's crazy. It was a 90 degrees the other day. It's 63 right now. It's crazy. Global warming is real.
Bro, you not scared of technology?
Nah, hell no. I'm like Will Smith and iRobot. I'm fuck robots up, bro. I will fuck robots up. I train to be. That's why I can stay physically fit, because I could protect myself and maybe 70 people. Like if the world went to shits and it was just like World War III and it was like a big wasteland, it was like, you know, like it went back to medieval times, because that's what I think gonna happen. People think technology just gonna keep advancing. Nah, brother, I got news. The shit is gonna crash eventually, because we going too fast. We going at a too fast pace.
Technology shit is scary, nigga. They actually showing robots that can do things, that can dance. I saw some shit the other day where they had they put a face on a robot and she was literally talking and it looked like a real person, bro.
And yeah.
That shit is crazy. Man.
Fucking I will fuck a robot up though. Robots don't want no smoke with me, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I throw some water on it, and you know what I think? I think Future will lead us to. I think Future was sent here from the future. I think that's why his name Future, and the key to defeating all the robots is throwing codeine on them. So. Codeine, because codeine slow everybody down. Codeine slow everybody down. So if you throw codeine on a robot, you'll slow it down, it'll malfunction, and I fuck a robot up. But I'll tell you, I trained just to protect 70 people. I got like 3 flashlights, high hitting the crib, mad canned food. I'm waiting for 2030.
Like that.
I'm preparing for it, bro, because I'm gonna protect my people. I always say like, yo. If I was born like 2,000 years ago, boy, I'd have been like Genghis Khan. I'd have just been raiding villages, killing motherfuckers for nothing. Just remember me forever. Cause I feel like sometimes that's what life is about, just being remembered forever. Because everybody gonna pass, but you know, like there's some people who are remembered for, like Genghis Khan. I even mentioned Genghis Khan now. I don't even know how many years ago he died. Julius Caesar, people like that. Like you got to be great out here because. Over probably, I would just say 90 billion people have died since Genghis Khan died and now. And no one remembers probably. Yeah, no one remembers people like, you know, no one remembers them. And that's kind of crazy that there's this people who life, and I'm not saying that life is meaningless by any means, because everyone's life has meaning, because the people who love you remember you when you pass away. But when those people pass away, who the hell will remember you? So it's like, sometimes you really got to think like, yo, fuck that, man. I want the whole world. I want to be remembered. I want to be remembered. I want a statue of me. I want to be remembered for like at least 50 years after I'm gone. That's not even a lot of time, but I know people who died that I be forgetting they passed away, and they probably passed away like 3-4 years ago, and I kind of forgot about them until you see something that reminds you. But I want you to be forced to be reminded of me. That's why you got to be great out here. I'm trying to install stuff that lasts a lifetime, like lasts longer than a lifetime, man. Chasing a legacy, bro. So I'm out here doing. That's it for Reservations 1. We giving y'all too much for the first episode. Tune in next week. Shout out my guy Scruff, the engineer, the cameraman, and the co-host, man. I'm working the shit out of him, man. I'm working the shit out of Scruff.
Facts. But we out here, man.
Reservations for 1. Subscribe to the YouTube page. Check out for Saturdays coming. Go to SaturdayShop.com. And you know what? Well, I do want to give a shout out to the women. I told a couple people that I was starting a podcast, and the women were the first people who hit me up like, oh, you know, let me know if you want me to sponsor or anything like that. A girl actually sent me $25 for a shout out. Like, yo, just shout me out. I'm a sponsor. I'm going to be your first sponsor. So she sent me $25 to shout her out. I'm not going to shout her out, though. I love her too much. I don't want people to start following her. It's like, you know, it's a girl I kind of care about. So
don't give her her handle. Just shout out. She knows.
Well, shout out to you. Shout out to you, baby girl. That's what I do anyway. You know who you are.
Right.
I'm going to see you later.